Hello, today we're going to proceed with Barron's Essential Words for IELTS Unit 8 Text 2. So on the left hand side we have a text which calls Why are women leaving science careers? And on the right hand side we have questions. We have a task related to this text. Answer the question about why are women leaving science careers. Questions 1 to 3. Choose an ending from the list to complete each sentence. There are more endings than sentences, so you will not use them all. A. Funding offered by the government. B. Discrepancies in opportunities for men and women. C. Pregnancy and childbirth. D. The type of guidance they receive in school. E. The need to divide their time between careers and home life. Let's read first question. 1. Women may request permission for long periods of absence from work because of. So in this question, first of all, we have to highlight our keywords. So they were saying about the absence of women from work. So for long periods of absence from work. So we're gonna highlight this keyword and let's try to find any information about the reason why women have to request for permission to absent from work. So let's scan the text and let's try to find any information about absence, and we have to be very careful with that because sometimes some synonyms could be used to these words, to these keywords. So here we were just scanning, and in the first paragraph there is no information about the absence of women, and there is information about academic and professional study, about high-level jobs, and we go further to the third paragraph, and as I was saying about equality between men and women and professional world. And here in the following sentence we have some information about absence. There is information about extended leave of absence. Let's read this sentence. They spend more time with the children and on taking care of the home than men. Biology dictates women require extended leaves of absence when they are pregnant and they give birth, yet to advance in their careers, women can afford to take time off until the late 30s when the optimal time for having healthy babies is ending. So they have to take care of their children, and because of they are pregnant and they are giving birth, and this is gonna be answer to here. From here we have some C, where we were saying about pregnancy and the childbirth. So let's go further. Women in science careers experience frustration because of. So our keyword here is gonna be frustration. So women in science career experience frustration because of some of these reasons which are listed above. So our keyword is gonna be frustration. So if you guys remember, when we scanned the text we didn't see any information about frustration, but we have to be very careful with that, and we're supposed to scan it one more time to be sure that we didn't have it above, and to go further from our first answer to the question. So there is no information about frustration, and below our first answer we have some information about frustration. Let's highlight this keyword and let's read this sentence. Women can devote the necessary attention to neither career nor home life, often creating intense frustration. So let's read this A, B, D, E, and let's find which is listed here. Funding offered by the government, discrepancy in opportunities for men and women. the type of guidance they receive in school, the need to divide their time between career and home life. So they were saying about career and home life. Let's highlight this is gonna be our answer to the question, career and home life. So second one is gonna be E. So we go further. Third question, women often don't progress as far as men in science career goes. So they were saying about progress difference between men and the women. So let's highlight just what is progress, and this comparison between men and women we just take into account, and we scan it and try to find any comparison between them. So instead of using man and the woman, in case we go further, we have some sentence where they were saying about sexes. So they were dividing by sex like men and women. So it has happened because of these discrepancies. So we have to read these options. A, funding offered by the government. B, discrepancy in opportunities for men and women. D, types of guidance they received in school. As you can see, we have these discrepancies in opportunities for both of them. So answer to the second question is gonna be B. So if you want, we can just highlight in that way. C. Sorry. E and the B, and to go further. So this is, let's highlight it here one more time, because this is discrepancies between the sexes. This is tricky one, so we have to be very careful with that kind of questions. We'll go further. Let's read the task. Do the following statements agree with information in the reading passage? True if the statement agrees with information. False if the statement contradicts the information. Not given if the information is no information on this in the passage. So let's read the question number 4. Women scientists are hired for academic jobs more often than for research jobs. So what kind of jobs? Academic job and a research job. We have to find this information here, and to prove that women scientists are hired more often in academic job instead of research. So let's scan the text and let's try to find any information about academic job and a research job. So in first paragraph we don't have any information. So there's information about academic and the professional, but this is about associations, but there is no information about jobs. So this can't be answer to our question. We go further and try to find any information about the academic and the research jobs. Professional time demand, but nothing related to job. So they were saying about secure funding for research, but no information. So we don't have to make it up. So we see obviously there is no information about these types of job. So the answer to the first question is gonna be not given. And then we go further. Question number 5. Both men and women in science careers are expected to devote inordinate amount of time to their jobs. So in this text we have to highlight, in this question we have to highlight our keywords, which is going to be inordinate amount of time. So basically it's gonna be easier to find this answer to this question if it's true for us not given. Since we have a reference to the time, it's gonna be a little bit easier. So we have to scan the text and try to find any information with a reference of the time. We scan first paragraph, and as you can see, there is no information about that in the first paragraph. So in the second paragraph, we see the first sentence, and as they were saying about inordinate amounts of time, let's read this sentence. So high-level jobs in science in both the corporate and the academic world require inordinate amounts of time. So basically the answer to the fifth question is going to be true. Both of them, men and men, require an inordinate amount of time to their jobs. And then we go further. Women in science careers tend to get less support from mentors than men do. So okay, we can highlight this word like support, less support, science career, but let's focus on our real keyword, which is mentors. We have to find any information here in the text where they were mentioning about mentors. So in case we don't find it, it's gonna be not given. If we find it, we're gonna figure out if it's true or false. So let's scan further and let's try to find any information about mentors. So we scanned all of these paragraphs and we couldn't find any information about mentors. We go further and we go to the following paragraph and we see some information about mentors here. Let's highlight this word mentors and let's read this sentence. Because there are fewer female role models in the upper levels of science and technology fields, women have fewer mentors who provide invaluable support. So the answer to the sixth question is true. Basically they are saying that because they have less support from their mentors than men do, unfortunately. Let's go further to the last question. Salaries for women in science careers are commensurate with men's salaries. So we have to find any information about salaries. Where exactly they mention anything about salaries. So as you guys know, if we don't have any information about salaries in this text, it's not given. We're gonna write here not given if any information about salaries is not given in the text. We can scan quickly and try to find any information about salaries. So only in this paragraph we can find some information about salaries and no more salaries here. No more information about salary. Let's read this sentence. Discrepancies in opportunities and the salaries still exist between the sexes. It means that it exists between men and women, unfortunately. So the answer is gonna be false. I explain why, because they don't have equal salary and so salaries for women in science career are commensurate with men's salary. They were saying just that they are equal, but it's not. They were saying about discrepancies in opportunities and the salary. Discrepancy in opportunity and in salary as well still exist. We still face with this issue nowadays. It was saying about that. Between men and women, they just used this word between sexes to define the gender. So this is we've done with this text. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to thumbs up Don't forget to give your comments if you need more videos more often, and if you have any questions, or if you unsure with my answers and you want me to clarify something or to give you more advices or explanations, please let me know. Let me know in the comments to this video. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna publish more videos. So have a good day. Good luck with your IELTS exam. Bye.